When was the last time that you looked at a quality score? When was the last time that you checked into Google Ads Manager and you looked on the Ads Manager and you looked at the quality score and made a decision, an action, or an analysis based on those scores? Well, I could tell you the last time I did, it was about 3 or 4 years ago. And that tells me a few things. That tells me it's probably not as important, but then it makes me take a closer look and say, what the hell am I looking at that's far more important than this? And then conversely, I want to share this with you. So let's take a look at what I look at instead of quality scores. So in doing so, we need to look at where quality scores came from. How did they exist? What are you looking at? Why are they so important? Well, they take into account 3 different things. They take into account the landing page, the historical CTR of the account, and the ad relevance. Okay, that's nice. But if you look at these 3 elements, even the landing page, these are all pre-click media. This is all pre-click. It's not post-click. And what does that mean? This in no way, shape, or form takes into account conversions in any way, shape, or form. And if you look at my video for Stop Using Max Clicks, we talk about that. And in that video, anything that's just 100% pre-click is pretty much garbage. It's not working. And that's why, my friends, if you look at a lot of the forums, if you talk to your friends, ROAS is just not working anymore. And there's a couple of other reasons, but this is the reason, really the reason here. This does not work. And when you take the quality score average and you take that against the cost per click, it's really about the ad rank. But my friends, is ad rank as important as targeting somebody in an in-market audience when they're ready to buy, when they're ready to make a purchase? You know what determines that? Smart bidding. Smart bidding is what decides when it targets somebody who's in the market to buy at that particular moment, not ad rank. And that, my friends, is machine learning. So let's take a closer look at what tools then made this work. Well, at the time in 2005, what made it work was you had landing page, but you probably only had one landing page at that time, right? And because there weren't as many resources necessary to get those conversions. And how do I know that? I know that because max clicks was the foundation to get to warm up a campaign. I even said this in one of my videos in December or January of this year. I said, well, maybe you should use max clicks to warm it up. And then through literally in the span of 9 months, I'm like, you know what? That's garbage. Don't do that. Like, stop doing that because it's not working anymore. And really, you should just be using max conversions from the get-go. Then you should shift to TROAS and conversion value, or conversion value then TROAS. But max clicks, this is back when max clicks, you can just run max clicks and it would always perform well. And then with max clicks, you had enhanced cost per clicks, which is a derivative of max clicks. So that's enhanced cost per clicks were when it was able to identify when a person's able to buy and bid more on those people. So that's how I know max clicks was so important, was because of enhanced cost per clicks, which is a function of max clicks. But wait a minute. What happens when max clicks are not as important? What have you heard from enhanced cost per clicks? You haven't heard that term in a long time, have you? But that was a really popular term in 2015, 2018. 2020, maybe it was in 2020, but now you never hear about that anymore. That's because they don't want you to be in max clicks. It's garbage. Also, ad relevance. So in the scheme of things, this works very well with a single keyword ad group approach. Single keyword ad group approach with expanded text, that is almost like, that is just a perfect match because you only have 3 headlines. You only have 2 descriptions. How much ad relevancy can you put into 3 headlines, right? Because you're focusing on just a few terms per ad group. So you just basically just put in those terms on that ad group into your headline and description, and voila. It's so short and compact, it converts on its own. But what happens when it's RSA? right? RSA, you have 15 headlines. You can put in multiple keywords, right? And you can kind of have it fluctuating between multiple AdWords even. So at the time, this was perfect. This converted right here. This converted. So let's take a look at each one of these. Let's look at landing page. Nowadays, to make landing page work, you need at least two different iterations you should be working from. Now, at the time in 2005, 2010, 2015, it was so easy to get conversions because there was no iOS 14 and a half. There was no iOS 17. There were no enhanced conversions. There was no CAPI. So at that time, the Google and Facebook Click ID were synonymous, and they would just convert like bees to honey, right? But now it's a totally different world. You need multiple landing pages, and you need, even if you have an unbound system. But the issue with this is when you have a quality score based on landing page, that quality score does well when it's, again, sourced from the ads, or for the keywords and the ads, same term, and the same term on the landing page. Now, I would define that as an acquisition page, almost like this is what happens, go to this page if you don't know what to do or whatever. It's your first time going there, right? Very easy flow. But we all know, because we're great marketers, what converts the best? A compelling offer. A compelling offer will convert the best. But what happens when that compelling offer is not the acquisition page? It's another iteration. The quality score will probably most likely go down because it's a compelling offer. But the score will go down, but you know what goes up because it's a compelling offer? The conversion rate. The add to cart, the initiate checkouts will all do better because it's an offer. People go through the conversion funnel a lot better than they would an acquisition page. So your three landing pages should be an acquisition page, mid-funnel review page, and then the formal purchase page. It should be three. Usually it's two. And again, if you have to choose between two, and the second one's usually a compelling offer or some kind of final purchase decision kind of page. And then you have the first page, which is an acquisition page. But like I said, if you notice, chances are the acquisition page will have the better quality score with a lower conversion rate. Again, the purchase page will be the hero, and that will probably have a lower quality score. So that's something to take away right off the bat. Then we talk about ad relevancy. And in this particular circumstance, I really want to address the elephant in the room, which is SEMrush. So I had a person come to me with an audit or whatever. Hey, I want you to audit my page or my AdWords account or Google Ads account. I call it AdWords, my Google Ads account. And I did. And I noticed, and he even called it out too. He was like, yeah, my hero non-brand term is just not doing well. It was like a sole insert. And I think it was called, I think it was a gel insert for a tennis shoe, right? And it wasn't converting as well as it used to. And I was like, yeah, that's because you're using phrase and exact. I was like, you need to back it out and use broad match. Well, why? Because probably what's happening is your competitors are looking on SEMrush. And this is the problem with SEMrush. We've all seen the commercials. We've all been targeted by them. 50 frequency with a compelling offer. Oh yeah, try SEMrush for a week. And what you do is you go on there and you look at all your competitors, what they're targeting. So you actually can see all the non-brand terms or hero brand terms that's working for them. And then you can you learn and adapt that for your brand or for your non-brand terms. And that's probably what happened. So literally with 3 competitors all using SEMrush, they can really take out your hero skags, the terms that we're doing historically so well. But the score will be a high, but they're just not going to convert. That's my point, right? So really you need to use a stag approach, single topic ad group, single themed ad group. And then that you can use the meaning of the word but have it use different actual words themselves. So you're not caught in this loop of these 2 or 3 words that are your hero terms that always convert, but because some idiot, your competitor, borrowed your SEMrush, you're now vulnerable. And that's the problem with this. So ad relevancy, again, just goes into, it doesn't work in this kind of context, because a stag approach would probably not have a high quality score versus a skag, right? And then, of course, you have historical CTR. And this kind of goes back to what I was talking about landing pages. Well, you have the historical CTR did well, but who gives a shit if the CTR is high and it's not converting? A great CTR is indicative of hand raising. I agree there. But if it's not context of converting, what the F is wrong? Chances are it's a landing page. But you have to analyze and say, were your add to carts, are they 30 for 30? Is it 30 days over? Is it 30 conversions over 30 days? It needs to hit that mark. If not, you need to make adjustments on the landing page, or make adjustments on the maybe it's iterate different ad copy, change things up. Maybe you're using max clicks. I mean, you have to really kind of take a closer look. That wouldn't be an historical CTR. That would be in your conversion rates on the landing pages or the terms that are converting the best. That's where that would be. You'd have to look at, and again, how are your ATCs filling up? Have you checked GA4? It's not your quality score. It's your GA4 and your goals section of your Google Ads buy. So then this leads me to this final slide, or next to final slide. Where did we start? Where are we at now? So here we have, we were talking about landing pages, and previous thinking was, okay, I needed one. The new thinking is you need multiple landing pages. And again, the ones of the quality score, especially on the landing page, will probably not be the ones that convert the best. Historical CTR, previous thinking was max clicks. We talked about that. It should be conversion, smart bidding, really what's your conversion rates, what's your ATC, what's your IC. Is there more than 50% drop off between ATC, IC, and payment method? Then your ad relevance. Well, that was when previous thinking was expanded text. Now it's RSA. So you have to view that RSAs are actually viewed in the context of a stag approach, not a skag. And again, because it's themed or topic, it's not going to be as strong as a term, because you actually want it slightly broad. It'll be a broad match on that. So it's not going to do as well in terms of a quality score as a specific one, right? So that's the limitation there. So you have to understand that you're going to be using different tools as opposed to when quality score did so well. And again, just driving it home, the old way was ad rank. The new way is looking at your cost pers, looking at your cost per acquisition, looking at your cost per purchase, and making those adjustments based on those, not on your ad rank, not on your quality score. You should never be doing that. It should be based on your cost per action, or the cost per your KPI, I should say. And again, quality score, really you should be thinking in terms of conversions. Everything should be thought of as conversions, not an arbitrary score. The pre-click stuff is important, but not nearly as important as the conversions. And you have to backtrack and figure out why. Now, when you have something like AI, that should definitely point you the way in terms of developing a lot of ad copy and smart bidding. And remember, smart bidding, my friend, is your friend. Broad match, smart bidding is your friend. That's how it's going to get you those amazing purchases. Try not to focus. And again, the previous way, focusing on the cost per clicks. I mentioned at the very top, the problem with this is cost per clicks for conversions are a lot higher than max clicks. So because you're paying for high quality traffic. So if you pay $4 or $5 or $6 for a cost per click, but it ends up in a $70, $80, $100 purchase, that's a win. Or multiple purchases at that amount, that's a huge win. But you wouldn't have got that win, but that's by leveraging smart bidding. You wouldn't have got that win through this older method. So that's where I'm going to leave everybody, my friends. I really want to appreciate you guys for sticking around and listening to me. We have some conjunction Medium articles based on these subjects. We also have our podcast where we download this and we put it on all these different platforms. And then we have our WhatsApp group. I really challenge a lot of people to listen to or join the WhatsApp group. It's on the link tree above in our channel. That's where you can find out. You can actually get a dialogue with me. I've been very busy lately. This channel has really been taking off from getting some great leads. So I really want to iterate. You will be able to talk to me, but I have some awesome moderators who know really some great stuff. So I am in there. I am monitoring. I am making sure nobody's in there soliciting for, agency services or crap like that. This is a thing for buyers to help. I challenge you to please join that group. If you want to learn what's going on in the world and how to really enhance your buys, that's the place where you should be. And it's free. I don't charge for this at all. And I really drop a lot of stuff, content in there as well. So thank you so much. And I really appreciate you joining me. And I look forward to doing more videos. Thank you.